Kanmon Bridge between the largest island of Japan, Honshu, and Kyushu. It was, when it was built, the largest single-span suspension bridge in the world. It's still pretty long. It's a motorway bridge, and pretty large ships can travel under it with ease. And right next to this sort of modern steel construction, there is this animistic object of worship, a standing stone. Perhaps it originally marked the shortest distance between the two islands. And I'm now about to review a shrine, which was originally an animistic shrine worshipping this stone, which, as you can see, has got a rice straw rope around it, indicating that it's a sacred stone. Because on the other side of the coastline motorway thing, or main road, trunk road, there is a shrine, and the shrine was originally to that stone. It was originally for worshippers of the stone, but then it became layered with sorry, I had to press the pedestrian crossing button. Other types of more religious worship, in the sense of having a founder and being related to, in this case, Buddhism. It's a syncretist Shinto Buddhist shrine of the Inari, or fox messenger related. And we'll see at the top some foxes, because this shrine god has a fox as a messenger. And there are 32 of these rather splendid red gates, or maybe scarlet gates, I should say, because I think the gates are the same thing as Mark Bolan used to sing about when he sang about doors that he would kiss, but they represent a progressively sacred. So you pass through the gates and leave the profane world and enter the sacred world of the shrine. And it's not a very highly visited shrine, because Japanese choose their shrines upon the presumed efficacy of prayer at that shrine. So a famous god will have many visitors, but a less famous god, deity like this one, or rather it's like a chain god, like a chain like McDonald's, in the sense that there's many of these types of shrines. So there's no particular reason to come and visit this shrine for a Japanese person. But to a visitor to Japan, the splendid red gates and the location next to that bridge makes it highly recommended, especially because it's got a viewing platform, which I'll show at the last part of this video. But progressing up now towards the shrine, you can see there are these statues of foxes, which is the messenger. And the foxes, these tricky foxes, have phallic tails standing up, like your Freudian cigar here. And this originates in the mystic Buddhism teachings, and I'm not sure what it suggests, but because esoteric Buddhism doesn't tell you unless you're one of the aficionados. And they'll be eating there that yellow thing on. I'm not sure about the guy on the left, but the fox on the right there will be eating the fox sushi, or inari sushi, which is sushi wrapped in deep fried tofu, because that's what they like. And sometimes people give offerings of sushi, that kind of inari sushi. And you can see there have been offerings of shrine gates, and at the back there, little effigies of the fox with an upright tail in places have also been made. Offerings have been made, and also there's a place for incense. Normally you wouldn't find incense at a shrine, but since this is a syncretist Buddhist Shinto shrine, it's got the Buddhist influence, and that involves flames and incense. And you can light a candle, light some incense, put the candle in this thing here. And people have put some evergreen plant, not that recently, in front of the shrine. There seem to be two shrines side by side. Only you'd ordinarily bow twice, clap twice, and bow once in order to pray wordlessly at the shrine. Whether you partake in the prayer or not, I think the clapping is very important, and it's connected to the gates. There is a great viewing platform. Unfortunately, the fence of the viewing platform is in danger of collapse, apparently, so that there's a scaffolding barrier which doesn't improve the ambience. But other than this scaffolding barrier, there is a place to sit down and overlook in your sacred spot the straits between Japan and Kyushu, Honshu and Kyushu rather, where the famous battle of the Straits of Shimonoseki took place. This is the city of Shimonoseki, between a flotilla of Western powers, including Britain and France, who bombed the Japanese, but they were surprised that the Japanese bombed them back. And it was the first time the savages had sort of taken aim at the Western powers, so it made big headlines in the British press at the time that the Japanese are not going to sit down and take being bombed. And there were casualties on both sides. The Japanese did lose, and they signed a treaty, the Shimonoseki, with the English, and that led to the British trying to divide and conquer. But as we know, that they didn't sort of roll over like a lot of other nations, and they fought back. And you can just about see over there, before the water, the sacred rock which this shrine originated in. I'd say it's a must-visit place in Shimonoseki. As you pass the famous bridge. Here it is again. The name is Tate Ishi Inari Daimyojin, and I'll put a transliteration in the description. The trees above it pretty spectacular too.